So hi there, you join me today where I'm having my exhaust fitted to my Cayman 987 Gen 2. It's a Sol performance exhaust. Bit of an odd start to the day in the sense that I haven't been out of the house for ages, so it was great driving down, had some great clear skies today, pulled up to the garage. They weren't too happy with me filming inside due to the kind of COVID-19 restrictions, and for privacy reasons because there were other cars in the garage. I couldn't film in the garage, so obviously in my local Porsche dealership you pay sort of double the price of an independent garage. They give you a nice little sofa, coffee machines and all that kind of stuff, and I can film there. Obviously I'm using an independent garage now to basically save on the costs. Probably may not go back to a Porsche garage again. That's not because I don't like their service, it's great. I'm just looking to save that bit of money now, and I'm probably going to start embarking on a journey where I maybe go a little bit more aftermarket. But in this video I just kind of wanted to discuss the whole reasons of, is it okay, is it right to go for an aftermarket sports exhaust? And from my point of view, I had a used 987 Gen 2, it's a sports edition, it did not have PSE. If I could have purchased a car with PSE I would have, but obviously it's quite hard to kind of get a decent 987, let alone with the right options that you want. So that's the car that I went for. And now it kind of, some people are saying, well, you shouldn't go aftermarket, Porsche know what's best. Well, the way I see this is that I would have had PSE, so obviously the exhaust I have is the non-sports edition. When the Cayman was made, the 987, I'm not entirely sure Porsche knew where the Cayman would go. They had the Cayman R, which was the hottest version, then they decided to bring out a GT car, which was the 981, and now we've got the 718 GT4. So back when they were designing the 987 and they put the sports exhaust on that car, I've never heard it personally, but from what other people have told me, it's not that sporty. Okay, I mean, it's obviously better than the basic exhaust, but I guess what I'm looking for is something that's more in the 981 GTS kind of feel. I know I won't get the cracks and the burbles because the ECU hasn't been modified yet, but I don't think I'm actually doing something which is not in keeping with the tradition of having a Porsche, and in my case a Cayman, because from what I can understand, the elements in the kind of the mufflers at the back is the new exhaust just doesn't have a lot of sound deadening. So there's part of me that actually thinks the exhaust I'm about to put onto the car is actually more of a purer open set of vocal cords for the car, because the engine's obviously the same. We know that the cats are in the headers on the car. Thanks John Gados for explaining that information to us. So basically the back boxes are just there to kind of mute down the sound, and obviously if I bought PSE there'd be less dampening of that sound. So having this kind of performance exhaust on my car, I don't feel it's any less of a Cayman. If anything, it's allowing that engine to be more of what it is. That's just my take on things. Some of you may disagree. Oh look, the sun's finally coming out. Would you like any help, or are you guys okay by the way?
No, we're all right.
Okay, thank you. No worries, all right. I'm not quite sure how I would bond with an electric car, and I do think it's a bit soulless, and I think that the name Sol Performance is quite interesting for me because I do hope it adds a bit more soul to the car, and I'm really excited to get this done. I definitely am going to bring you video footage after the car's had the exhaust fitted, and yes, I'm hoping it's every bit as exciting as I think it is. Enjoying life in cars to the max.